Hello, my dear learners. In this video, quickly I'll give you a brief of how you can use prompt engineering and especially 4C method, which we have introduced in this course, to develop some effective prompt that can help you to generate different clusters from the literature. I have developed this template and I will give you a demonstration on this template and upload this template with this video so you can download and use this as a reference for your research article or systematic literature review. Remember, we discussed in our 4C method, you always need to write a complete prompt based on 4 different components. And the first one is a call for action. Obviously, you can use this call for action, but any call for action can be helpful in writing any literature review article. But when you are interacting with any AI tool, it is important to learn how we can give them a prompt or the call for action that will help us to extract the right or the relevant information we need at that time. And this is irrespective of any AI tool. You can use this formula on all tools across the board. So let's start learning. So the call for action, which I'm going to use for developing themes or clusters from the literature, that would be more analyze, identifying, and explain something. These are higher order thinking skills, analyzing, creating, developing, identifying, explaining. All these are a different higher level thinking skill where we want to ask AI tool not to just extract the information or recall the information, but also analyze the information available. So this is important, call for action. And then the main content, which is focusing on the data set or the content to be explored. So just give some brief explanation of the content. I will explain this in with the examples as well. But if you have a large data set, it's important to tell the AI tool what is this data and what is the main idea behind collecting this data, so it can explore the ideas based on the content uploaded. And finally, the research constructs are really important because somehow if we uploaded, let's say 50 research articles, so all research articles are different and they may have multiple constructs involved within their research. So it is very important for us, while we're writing a prompt, please specify the variables, the constructs, the themes, the category, the patterns as much as you can. So the more explanation you provide to the AI tool, the better result you will receive from any AI tool. So this is important. And another thing is the context, which is about the goal. For example, highlighting emerging trends or exploring user behavior or something like this. So these are some of the examples. So please explain the context of your study as well, which is directly related with your research question. For example, if we are conducting a research specifically in Asia region or Europe region or America, or maybe based on some specific number of years. So all these are different options which you need to provide while you are writing a prompt. Usually when I'm running these live sessions, because we have limited time, so I use simple prompts to just to show you how these tools work. But when you are working with your AI tool and your systematic literature review, you need to craft each and every prompt very carefully, and then you can move on with the steps. And when you are satisfied that you have explored the information you need. And remember, during this systematic literature review, we are not asking AI tool to collect information, but we are asking these AI tools to work with the information we provided, like the number of research articles we uploaded. So they need to work within those research articles. So it's important to provide the context or the research goal as well. So this is 4C method, which I have explained in different videos as well. So let's look at one example. So the example is we want to analyze. So the main content is, let's say, to keep it very simple, it is uploaded data sets. And we want to identify recurring themes and patterns. So we want to identify the recurring themes or patterns based on the construct, to identify significant trend in user sentiment. Maybe it's just a very simple prompt, starting with a very simple prompt. But when you are talking about recurring themes and patterns, please also explain the constructs you are planning to identify or you are planning to work with. So the prompt can be analyze the uploaded dataset to identify significant trends in user sentiment. This is my variable. by examining recurring themes and patterns. So you can change this construct with your own constructs, and then you can work with this prompt. This is very simple prompt which will help you to analyze different sort of patterns and themes in the literature available. Then another, maybe identify the key topics in the data set based on, this is based on the frequency and the relevance. This is a criteria which we usually use for bibliometric analysis. So I'm using that criteria. So the key topics in the data set, frequency and relevance, to highlight the most discussed research themes. So this is a really good prompt which will help you to identify or explore the exact themes in your literature. To identify the key topics in the dataset based on frequency and relevance to highlight the most discussed research theme. So what this prompt will do, it will automatically check your keywords, words, and try to look at the frequency of the keywords used in the data, and then it will give you key themes based on those data sets. So similarly, I have a few more prompts for you. Some extract the relationship between variables in the data set. You need to specify those variables. Correlation and causation. If your research is, you are talking about a research article based on the correlation, these are valid for medical sciences and also business research. We use this causation like regression or any sort of causal analysis. So these all are technically the relationship between different constructs to uncover factors influencing user decision. So that might be for user decision for buying, online buying behavior or something like this. So you can identify your constructs carefully. But this is another really good prompt. Extract relationship between variables in the dataset to uncover factors influencing user decision by analyzing correlation and potential causal links. Now, we started with a very simple prompt. Now we are getting to the prompts which are really, really helpful or detailed. But remember, when you are writing these prompts, please add the constructs or the factors, whatever you already have in your mind. For example, if you are working with some specific constructs or the variables, please discuss those variables within this prompt. But this is the structure of any prompt. So this is another summarize the qualitative feedback from the dataset by categorizing it into thematic categories and identify the keywords that represent user concerns. So this is another illustration of a really, really good way of extracting information. But this information would be based on the keywords, okay, which are based on the qualitative feedback. It means that it will analyze all the information and work on the keywords, and then it will give you a different sort of thematic mapping. So compare data trends across time periods in the data set to understand the shift in the user preferences among the time series analysis. Another amazing prompt which can help us to identify the themes based on the different time periods. That's also perfect. And then I have explained some more examples with some specific variables included, but you also can add these variables based on your own understanding. So I have defined multiple prompts which can help you to identify these type of the themes, but based on different ideas. So this is for main objective and scope of the research. So identify the main sub-objective. This is based on methodologies and data. So concept and relationship. So all these are different sort of, let's say, options available. So let's say if I ask, let's work on the scope of the research, then the AI tool will work within the scope of all these research articles and ignore all other information available in that particular article or set of articles. So be careful while you are writing those prompts. Try to give the exact location or exact content of the research articles which we want to use to create that thematic mapping or themes or clusters or any group of research articles. So these are a few prompts which I have used, and I have already explained them and created a list of these prompts. So I will upload this document with this video. I hope this video is really helpful for you, and you can use this video as a baseline and use these prompts as a baseline to explore thematic analysis or explore different clusters and themes in your research or the data set uploaded to any AI tool. Thank you very much.